Hello, friends. I'm meteorologist Zach Shields. Thanks for stopping by and watching the Fox 7 Austin YouTube channel. A late season cold front's coming to town, and this is going to set the stage for some widespread rain and thunderstorms in the next 24 hours. The warm front has left us behind, so we're not expecting much rain during the day. We have to wait on this cold front to make an appearance, and that's going to happen overnight. Late in the day, rain chances go up to 30 to 40% and near 100% chance of rain near midnight. We're waiting for this upper low to pivot out of the Rockies and end up in the Central Plains. The wind flow around this area of lower pressure is counterclockwise. So as it moves closer to Kansas and Oklahoma, that wind flow will help nudge that front closer to us. Now, in advance of this low, in advance of this trough, the air is going uphill, and this will force the air to rise and bring all the ingredients together to produce a really good shot of rain and thunderstorms. And as we go through the storm checklist, yes, we have plenty of fuel. Just step outside, you'll feel the moisture. We're waiting for the trigger. That's going to come from the cold front to initiate the rising motion. And then the upper low takes care of the rest, providing the extra lift to get those clouds to tower into thunderstorms. And we will have some wind shear, but not a lot to support a tornado outbreak. So there's the position of the low. See the green and yellow colors, the fast moving upper level winds that will help increase the rising motion. We have plenty of energy built up, more than yesterday. So when these storms get going, they could turn severe. And the environment is ripe for some springtime rain showers and thunderstorms with all the moisture building on in. And something's got to give when that cold front plows into the moisture. This is an impressive line of thunderstorms stretching from near Del Rio all the way up into the Dallas-Fort Worth area in the middle of the night. Let's time it out for you. First stop for some of these storms, they're coming in from the northwest ahead of this front. It's going to be out across the hill country between 7 and 11 this evening. And then 11 this evening to 3 in the middle of the night here in the Austin Metro up and down I-35 from Georgetown to Round Rock, San Marcos, and then 3 to 6 in the morning over our eastern counties. Our FUTURECAST doesn't paint a whole lot of rain on the map during the day because we're still waiting on that cold front. It's got to get closer to us to set off those thunderstorms. And those storms will get a late start up across North Texas where those storms will fire up along that front. And then the front will push that squall line into the hill country by 10, 11 o'clock this evening, and then crossing the I-35 corridor around midnight. Now, I thought this was interesting because it shows this line intensifying right before it makes it into the Austin Metro. Usually in the middle of the night when you have a cluster of storms coming at us from the west, it starts to weaken somewhat as these storms encounter the Balcones escarpment. So the topography drops a little bit, and that sometimes enhances the sinking motion, and storms hate that. But right now, the FUTURECAST is saying, no, there's enough upper level support to keep this cluster of storms going strong through the overnight. And then entering our eastern counties right around 2, 3, 4 in the morning. And then by the time you roll out of bed tomorrow, the storm threat is gone. It's going to be a quick hitting system. So we may get a quick 1 to 2 inches of rain, but that shouldn't lead to any flash flooding. And then a full day of sunshine. The weather's going to be gorgeous around here Wednesday and also on Thursday. We just got to get through the overnight. The Storm Prediction Center has upgraded the severe weather risk to enhanced. That's a level 3 severe weather day, folks, from Austin to Waco and Dallas. This is going to be a line of storms, not individual supercells. Tornado threat, we can't rule it out completely, but it's pretty low. I talked about the fast-moving nature of these storms. Flooding threat is low. The number one threat will be damaging winds, 60 to 70 miles per hour, and small to moderate-sized hail. And the slight risk or moderate risk for damaging winds here in central Texas, but then a very high risk in between Fort Worth and San Angelo. I have a feeling this line is going to start to run out of gas and kind of weaken and fall apart. And sometimes when that happens, you can get some very strong winds. We're hoping that we don't get a lot of severe weather, but bring on the rain. The National Weather Service is calling for 1 to 2 inches of rain. What are the computer weather models showing? Basically the same thing. There's 2 of the models that want to bring the highest rain totals to the north and west. I'm leaning toward that solution right now because I think these thunderstorms will have a weakening trend as they go west to east. So that would be perfect placement if we had 1, 2, 3 inches of rain out across the hill country. That's where we have an extreme to exceptional drought. The Weather Prediction Center went ahead and placed much of central Texas under slight risk for flooding. I don't think that's going to be the case because keep in mind the ground is super dry. It's like a dry sponge right now. It's going to soak up all that rainwater. We're not going to have a lot of runoff that would lead to flash flooding or river flooding, so that's good. But we can't rule out some minor street flooding and also some ponding on the roadways as these storms move on in tonight. So here's the bottom line. You may not get a full night of sleep because these storms are going to be noisy, along with the damaging wind threat, small to moderate size hail, a lot of lightning and thunder, but at least we'll get some beneficial rain. After the front blows through, it's going to look and feel fantastic for the rest of the week. Low humidity, cooler nights, and pleasant days. Thanks for watching.